Hear me?
I hear you, but I don't understand if that's Spanish or
It's Spanish.
Yeah, so I just took two years of Spanish in high school, and I wasn't very good at all.
Okay.
So I just can say like, "Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Quieres una cerveza fría?" And that's basically
that's more than I can say in French.
I can teach you if you want. All right, so my quick introduction. Bonjour à toutes et tous, vous écoutez First Print, votre podcast comics préféré, pour une nouvelle émission au format SuperFriends. C'est dans ce podcast qu'on va à la rencontre des personnes qui font vivre la pop culture et la culture comics par leur travail. Vous le savez, on adore aller à la rencontre des artistes de bande dessinée. Et à l'occasion de sa venue à Paris et de son passage chez Album Comics, on va avoir le plaisir dans cette émission de parler un petit peu avec Dan Mora, un des artistes les plus talentueux de sa génération. Vous connaissez certainement son nom si vous avez lu du Power Rangers, si vous avez lu pas mal de DC Comics, notamment ces dernières années, si vous avez lu aussi Once and Future avec Kieron Gillen, dont on vous avait dit beaucoup de bien, mais dernièrement, il est là avec Mark Waid. Mark Waid, il a pris son aile, ils font du Batman Superman World's Finest, ils font du Shazam, ils vont faire du Justice League Unlimited, voilà, tout un programme. On va essayer de parler un petit peu de ce parcours et aussi du talent qu'a Dan en tant que chara designer, parce qu'il fait beaucoup de chara design, même pour des séries qu'il ne dessine pas après. Donc là, le générique va se lancer, puis on se retrouve en anglais avec Dan Mora. And so that was my short introduction.
Okay.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Dan. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks for asking. I'm very happy to be here with you.
In the basement. It's a very it's very sweet place to do an interview. So this is the first time that we speak together, so I have to ask the most basic question. Dan, could you just introduce yourself a little bit and tell me about you, about how you came to be a comic book artist?
Okay, I am 37 years old. I always wanted to be a comic book artist, but I didn't believe that I could actually become one until the social media helped me to other publishers to see my work. Then I received my first opportunity working in comics with Boom Studios, and then I jumped to DC, working in Detective Comics. Then I drew World Finest, I think, and now I'm working on Absolute Power and Justice League Unlimited and Superman.
This is such a it really seems like you exploded like a few years ago, but you did start very high, because I remember that one of your first titles was Klaus with Grant Morrison, who is one of the most famous and best writer in the comics books. How did it came to be?
I've been very, very lucky, I think, in my career. Yes, the first book that I drew was Hexed, and the next book was with Grant Morrison. So I couldn't believe that I was actually going to work with Grant Morrison. But yeah, it was I got lucky. And the same happened with my next projects. I always felt like I got some luck with everyone and each of my projects, and it helped me to be here. Right. Mm-hmm.
But it just can't be luck, because I guess you had maybe to apply for a project, or the writers or the editors were contacting you.
No, I never asked anyone for a specific project. The projects
came to your desk.
For Grant Morrison, he wanted to draw a Santa Claus book with Boom, and they sent him like 8 different artists, so he can choose which one he like, and he chose me. That's why I have the opportunity. They didn't ask me if I wanted to work with Grant Morrison. Obviously, they just sent my work, and he chose me. And then he said, "Hey, are you interested?" Yes, of course I was interested. Yeah.
So you knew him, her.
Yeah.
You knew them.
I was very familiar with Grant Morrison. I knew his Batman, and I had some of his books. So yeah, I was very familiar with Grant Morrison, and his importance in the comic industry.
You said just before that you always wanted to be an artist, a comic book artist, and I wonder why. Were you reading comics since you were a child, and what drew you to be an artist? What's so passion? Yes, what is the passion you have about that?
We didn't have comics in Costa Rica. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
But I always liked the cartoons and everything related to heroes, comic book heroes, specifically. My dad, he gave me very few comic books that helped me to understand what the comic was about and to fall in love with the comic book media. But it was something that I always liked, and I think my dad was the first person that introduced me to all this world and the movies, the Batman, Tim Burton's Batman. All of that helped me to understand what the comic book world was, and the Batman animated series was very important too.
But it seems because you have a style very visually striking, and we can see that maybe you were influenced by either animation or even anime, like in Japanese animation. What would you say are your visual and artistic influences?
I think the first things that I drew a lot was anime, Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
and all of that, I think it helps me to figure out how to draw a panel and the composition and the angle and everything, and the cartoons, all of that. It's the stuff that I have in my head when I think on a panel. When I think in comic books, I have all of that in my head, all the cartoons and all the stuff that I have seen. Yeah.
But are you saying that you didn't attend to an art school? You did it. You just did by yourself?
No, I now that I remember, I went to an art school, but it wasn't related to comic books. It was a fine arts school. So I used to paint in oil and watercolor and everything. But when I was a student, comic books wasn't something that our teachers look like something good. It was, if you like comic books, they say, please don't do that. Erase that from your head. That's not good. You're not going anywhere with that. So I remember that I have an evaluation one day, and I have my portfolio or my sketchbook. I don't know the word. And my teacher was taking a look, and he told me everything was very good, very nice. But at the end of my book, of my sketchbook, I had a small Spider-Man drawing, and he showed me the page, and he told me, "But this, you have to change this. If you keep doing this, you are not going anywhere. This is crap. You have to keep drawing the other stuff, art."
So-called art, yeah.
Yeah. So from that day, I think I stopped like drawing comics for a couple of years because it was a very important teacher. But then I'm very happy that I keep buying comics and drawing comics after that. But yeah, it was difficult. It wasn't something that people encourage you to do.
So there was some kind of natural attraction from comics to you.
I couldn't escape.
What do you like about comic books as an art form? As a professional, what do you like so much about this media? Because I guess you like it. Otherwise you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like seeing a movie or like seeing a animated show. You can picture everything that is happening, and it has a grace, and it's very beautiful for me. I I don't know exactly how to
explain it.
Yeah, but the art style, the different art styles, it's and it is the core, is the heart of many other stuff. Because as a comic book is like a storyboard for you can use a comic book as a storyboard for a commercial, for a movie, or for anything. So yeah, it is I think it's like the heart of many stuff. Yeah.
Can you explain to me, or just tell me, how you came in contact with DC Comics and Mark Waid, who is another enormous writer in the comics industry?
I got lucky.
You keep saying that.
No, yeah. The DC asked me if I wanted to work with them. Well, obviously, I was interested. Just like that, I didn't apply, I didn't anything, and they someday just asked me if I wanted to work with Mark Waid, and I say obviously yes. But yeah, it's what I say. I didn't apply or didn't ask. Hey, can I work with Mark Waid? That's just some stuff that happens, and I don't know why, but I'm very happy that it happens.
Don't know about the discussions behind your back.
No.
But I think your work speaks for you, because I guess the readers are happy, the editor.
I like to think that, but yeah, I think my works helps me. But yeah, there's so many other artists that are very good, very.
Oh, sure. It doesn't mean that the other are not good, but you're quite...
Yeah, but there's something with me that sometimes I got these opportunities. I think one of the things that helped me is that I can do a lot. I can do a lot of and I try to be useful as much as I can, and that the people can trust me, that if they gave me a comic book for a month that I can finish on time, then they don't have to worry about me finishing late. So I think that's something that helped me with my editors, that they know they can trust me, and they know I can do stuff, and I can finish on time. That's something that helped me to open other doors.
And this was it because it's not something that we often talk about the deadlines, which are crucial in such an artistic field, but also in industry. And I wanted to know, did you have to learn the hard way to respect the deadlines when you had your first professional projects, or was it something that was quite easy to grasp?
It's never been easy, but I always been on time. I think it's something that my mothers teach me or something. I don't know. My father, they teach me that on my house, in my house. But I always been on time. But at the beginning was more difficult than now. I struggle a little more to finish on time. But I think that the way I like to work is to be very, I don't know the word, to be very to organize my work. So for example, I have to do 22 pages in 4 weeks. Okay, I have to do 5 pages a week. No less, maybe more. If I work like that, I can finish on time. So and I don't have like okay, maybe I'm not going to work today, maybe tomorrow. No, I don't have that. I am very, very strict with my work, and that's the way I could manage to finish everything. But yeah.
What would you say are your favorite characters at DC Comics? Because you've been drawing a lot of them. You've been on Detective Comics at first, and it was very special because Batman was quite reinvented at that time. It was through very difficult times. You've been doing Batman, Superman, World's Finest. Now Absolute Power, you get to draw everything and even though invent new characters. So what would you say are your favorite right now?
What is my favorite character right now?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's Batman and always gonna be Batman. I know that's the more the boring answer, but
you don't have to be ashamed. It's all right.
But if you look at my house and my office, you will see only Batman stuff. But maybe if I don't say Batman, the other character that I'm like a big fan now, but I wasn't a couple years ago, was Superman. I wasn't I like Superman, but I wasn't like a big fan of Superman until I started working on World Finest, and I told that to Mark Waid. I was very honest, and I told him, hey Mark, I am a fan of Batman and I like Superman, but I'm not the biggest fan of Superman, so you will need to explain me some of stuff from his world.
You couldn't ask the better person to explain you Superman, I think.
Yeah, and he took that like his purpose with the series. He was going to teach me why Superman was important and everything, and I think I got a very good idea why he is important, and right now I actually like it a lot. And it's thanks to Mark.
Thank you, Mark Waid. And how would you describe your your work relationship with Mark? Does he give you a full script for a full issue, or does he give you the like a page by page script? How do you make such a good teamwork?
It depends. He is doing a lot too. He's writing a lot of books and. So most of the time he sent me a full script, but sometimes when he is very busy writing other stuff, he sent me like the first 9 pages, and then he wrote me, do you need more pages before you go to a trip or something like that? So for example, to come here, I needed 3 more pages. So I asked him, can you send me just 3 pages so I can finish on time, so I don't miss the deadline when I came back? And he sure, he wrote it, and but that's the kind of relationship that we have. And but it's a good relationship. It's all by internet, by email.
By emails,
it's I think I feel like I know him, but I don't actually know him a lot. And just I spoke with him just one time in person. And the rest had been everything by email.
And do you have quite a lot of freedom on the pacing, on the like how you will give the rhythm to the story, or is it really strict from the Mark's script? Do you change sometimes? If he would say like 3 panels, this page 3 panels, and you would say, nah, it worked better in 4, stuff like that.
I think it's something that you build some trust with more issues. So at first, at the beginning, I was very I just do what Mark says. But then I start to be to insert more stuff into the comics, like you say, maybe 1 panel more. If I feel like the action needs 1 panel more, one more panel. And he always been like very very open to my ideas. To if I feel like something needs something else, or very little, but some small touch. So he's very open to that. Mm-hmm.
So you're drawing Absolute Power, and you're going to be on Justice League Unlimited. Do you feel some kind of pressure to be really on the high trains comics from DC?
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure to draw an event. I finished the event a couple of months ago. I was very relieved because it was a lot of pressure, a lot of characters.
But there's going to be even more in Justice League Unlimited, if I
but
understand.
it's different. It's different because I don't know, but it has a different feeling. I think because Absolute Power was an event and everything was very important, and everyone was running, and there was a lot of action, and you had to draw all the DC characters that you can. And with the Justice League, you have to do maybe the same, but I think it's a little slower. I can maybe for an issue we have a team of 5 characters only, so that's okay. That's manageable. But in Absolute Power, you have 25 characters, so it was different.
The scope is bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're going to stay at DC, I guess, for quite some time. But
I'm very happy.
And do you plan on going back to creator-owned also at some point, or does it depend on the writer that will contact you?
I think maybe one day I could do other stuff, but for the moment, I'm very happy with DC, with these characters. I only like to draw stuff that I really like. So drawing Batman, drawing all of these guys is amazing for me. And DC treats me very well. They are very kind to me. So that's another.
They really don't want you to go to Marvel, maybe.
they don't want me, and I don't want right now. I'm very happy.
All right. Thank you very much, Dan. Pleasure.
No, thanks to you.